Hello, and welcome to this energy reading for what you need to hear at this time. Of course, as always, take what makes sense for you and your story. You clicked on this video for a reason, so let's go ahead and see what Spirit has for you. If anything does connect for you, if you don't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, it really does help me out a lot being a new YouTuber, so thank you for your support and welcome in. Also, if you see a hype button down below, maybe consider clicking that, as it does help push the video out to other people it might benefit. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my link tree, which is down below. You can check out my reviews if you want to donate. Thank you to everyone who has donated. It really means a lot being a small business on social media. So any support is greatly appreciated. But thank you again for being here. And let's go ahead and just see what Spirit has for you at this time. Gonna use the tarot for the main messages, but then I will pull some spirit guide messages at the end for what your spirit guides would like to say. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the collective at this time. Okay, so I'm seeing Leo energy pop up with the Queen of Wands. Happy birthday to all the Leos in the chat. I'm also picking up Libra energy. So maybe you're a Libra, have that in your chart, be dealing with one. Wow, I really like this energy. I don't know what's been going on in your life, but I just want you to know that this is an energy of like really stepping into like stability and security, self-worth and value, knowing who you are, knowing what it is that you are wanting, not only with the Nine of Pentacles, but also with this Queen of Wands here. I don't know if there's something about your intuition that is calling you in a certain direction to create something, to express something, to step into your power, your truth, especially when it comes to anything that has been out of balance. That with this Justice card, this can talk about overcoming adversity, exposing anything that's like lying, cheating, stealing, and this can represent karma as well, where it's like maybe this is part of the Nine of Pentacles, where you're getting back what you have invested in, like how this woman, she was growing grapes and now it is harvest time for her to pick the grapes and be able to enjoy them. So it really strongly gives me this harvest energy where, you know, maybe there's been a long time coming for you to receive your rewards, receive your justice, receive your good karma, and feel like you are in control of your life, feel passionate about life. I get strong independence energy, but I will say, because not only do you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card, you also have the Ten of Cups here. So this is like happy family, happy home, being fulfilled in all areas of your life in some way or another. Like, granted, we're always going to have things that we're working towards, or anything that we have not accomplished, we will still be working towards manifesting, creating, and things like this. But, there's a rainbow in the background of this Ten of Cups card, if you can see back there. So if you're not in this energy yet, that's why I'm saying, like, maybe some of you are just maybe have this knowing, and maybe getting signs and synchronicities, because my face is starting to itch really strongly. And this does happen as an empath reader. This is just how I channel. But you have loved ones, spirit guides, angels on the other side. The universe at large is with you, guiding you and supporting you. And through your inspirations, through your impulses, through your ideas, through your intuitive guidance, is leading you to this new cycle. Because not only do the nines represent getting close to the ending of some sort of cycle, the 10 in this card represents the ending of one cycle and the beginning of the new cycle that is going to be a lot more balanced and harmonious, especially with the Justice card that's showing up too. Not only in this Queen of Cups, wow, I said Queen of Cups. Interesting. I was going to say Queen of Wands, but sometimes other words come out of my mouth. So I don't know if you're a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, you could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. I mean, honestly, all the signs are showing up here. So you could be any sign, because this also is earth energy. So we got earth, air, water, fire. So all the elements literally coming up in all these four cards. You have four cards and they're all different elements. Wow, I just am that's just now clicking. So, but I'm wanting to say is that not only with the Queen of Wands, the Justice card as well, and also, and maybe that's why I said the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is someone who is very in touch with their emotions, emotional intelligence, but also intuition, psychic abilities, being able to really dive deep into their spirituality, their belief system. But I was gonna say with this owl here and the cat here, I don't know if some of you have an animal that is like maybe somewhat spiritual and that maybe they do odd things that like I was talking about this earlier actually with a friend because my cat, I have a black cat. His name is Binks. And speaking of which, I have the Hocus Pocus shirt on today too. So there's a reason why I wore the shirt today and had that conversation with my friend, and maybe it was all meant for this reading. Who knows? Everything happens for a reason, I always say. But my cat will see things and there's literally nothing there. Like I've had other people that I was living with, like they also noticed that too in the past. But what I'm just trying to say in all of that is that, again, this huge confirmation that you are being spiritually guided, watched over. You are not alone in whatever situation you're in. You're always being guided. It's just whether you are tapping into that or not, tapping into that intuitive spiritual guidance, wisdom, paying attention to the signs and synchronicities, and making balanced decisions, incorporating that, not letting your ego, because the Queen of Wands, even though she's very passionate, desirable, has a lot of great ideas, has a lot of inspiration and drive, this also can talk about sometimes frustration or combativeness or, especially being in the Leo season right now, and not saying this is a Leo thing necessarily, but just with the fire energy element that we're in right now, things can feel a little bit heated. And I say this from time to time too, with fire energy, that it can be used for good things or bad things. It's kind of like the knife in your drawer. Like it can be used for good things or bad things. It really just depends on how you're using whatever the element or tool is. And I think maybe that's another reason why the Justice card is coming up, to just keep in mind to be mindful of how you are overcoming obstacles or fighting your battles, is kind of what I was hearing in my mind, especially when it comes to when you have been wronged, when people have said or done things that were not right and not handled properly. Maybe people who didn't have good intentions, again, like liars, cheaters, stealers, people who were manipulating, people who didn't have good intentions, weren't authentic, were honest, weren't playing by the rules, whatever that may be. But again, I'm getting like a strong, for some of you, this could be having to do with family, especially with the Ten of Cups, that can talk about family. This could be a group of people that you've dealt with, because this makes me feel like relationships, although it could be for some of you like love relationships, romantic relationships, soulmates, things like this. So for some of you, I do get this strong independence energy. It doesn't mean that you're not in a relationship, but at the same time, I do feel like for some of you, maybe there was, I'm hearing like a long time coming, having to do with like a significant relationship in the past that some of you have had to walk away from because it was out of balance, or things weren't happening that were right or just, and you had to take a long time for yourself to really like cultivate your own independence, stability, security, well-being, and also being able to find your joy and passions in life again. Again, this is past, present, future energy, or like it could be past, present, future for each and every one of you. Everyone's timeline is different. So whether this has happened, is happening, or hasn't happened, you'll know for you. But I just want to say, regardless whether you're in a relationship or not, I do feel like you are stepping into this energy of of a new sense of like empowerment, and also finding rebalancing within your emotions, finding harmony again, trusting in the universe, because it's like this was another message coming up in the zodiac sign readings, that which my cat just rang his little toy, which is like a little jingle toy. I feel like this is confirmation that it's like trusting in the signs, trusting in the symbols, trusting in the rainbow. I don't know if you've seen a rainbow recently, or but those are significant. Just saying that even if things have not gotten to this 10 of cups yet, that is what is incoming for you. And to be able to have that faith, even though by sight you may not be seeing it, or you're still working through some things. Yeah, my nose is itching very strongly as well. So when this happens as an empath reader, this represents that you have a loved one on the other side watching out for you. I get a strong motherly energy. This could be a family member. This could even be a lover on the other side. Of course, it'll be different for everybody. But if you don't feel that you have someone coming to your heart around this time, having to do with a passed on loved one, this could be just the universe, your spirit guides, your higher self, your angels, other energies or spirits that are surrounding you, helping you, guiding you, and communicating to you to let you know that everything is going to be all right and better than all right. Yeah, I feel like you've been through a lot, whoever I'm talking to, whether it's through these relationships, whether it's through your family life, or just life in general, because the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is someone who has been through challenge after challenge after challenge, and the Nine of Swords after that too. So again, challenge after challenge after challenge, disappointment after disappointment, heartbreak after heartbreak, and maybe there has been a lot of things going on inside of you, because since this is underneath the deck, it kind of speaks to me as a reader to say that these are things that you may not be showing, because you are so powerful in your energy, because you are so confident and you are able to carry a lot, but it doesn't mean you have to, and so that's why I think this is a time where you're really letting go of all of this heartbreak and sadness and disappointment from what has happened in the past, and finding your joy again, which is again why I feel like the Leo season feels pretty uplifting for the collective at large. I mean, of course, it'll play out differently for everybody, but there is some sort of newfound sense of like balance in this new cycle, because Leo season is the new cycle. We just stepped into August, so that's a new cycle in and of itself. And so there's just a strong sense of that. But again, it'll play out differently for everybody. I'm gonna get a few more cards and just see what else wants to come up for you. I hope all of that was making sense and connecting for you, but definitely take that time out to find healing and rebalancing, like nurturing yourself, mind, body, and soul. Maybe some of you getting outside. I also don't know if there's something about, I'm getting two things. One, like something creative that you can transmute this heavy energy into something beautiful, like a piece of music, a piece of art, or, expressing yourself to other people in some way, like sharing your story, for example. Or there could be something about like your health habits, routines, like working out, eating better, sleeping better, meditating more. I also get like some of you could be gardening, some of you could be like farmer on a farm, or I get like homestead energy, but also like growing your own food, something like that. Or just, again, eating cleaner, like more fruits and vegetables versus like the processed stuff. So that's coming up for some of you. But again, this will be different for everybody. I also don't know if there has been something legal, because I do kind of pick up with this now with the Justice card and the Ten of Cups. I don't know if there was like a divorce, or there was some sort of like legal thing that happened with family, or happened with like a relationship of some sort. This won't be for everybody, obviously. I also don't know, because this message is coming up kind of linked to what I was saying about somebody on the other side. I don't know if there's something about a will or like something even over possibly inheritance for some of you that there was something about that. Maybe there were challenges with it, but regardless, I feel like it balanced out, or it is going to balance out, and things are going to work out in your favor if they haven't already. That's just a side message for some of you, but hopefully all of that was making sense. Let's see what else wants to come out. Spirit, what's most important that we need to talk about? The Queen of Swords. So standing in your truth, authenticity, honesty, expressing yourself, being compassionate, being willing to hear other people out, but also not taking any bullshit. You've been there, done that. So it's like, you may be kind enough to be open to other people and their perspectives, but at the same time, you're not gonna, you're gonna stand your own ground. Let's see what else wants to come up here. I don't know if some of you have a bird, or birds could be significant. Birds could also be a sign or a symbol for you. I'm also getting, for some reason, this kind of makes me feel like a seagull here. And she's actually, there's an ocean in the background. I know it's hard to see, but I don't know if some of you live near the ocean, maybe considering living near the ocean or the sea, because you also have a body of water here. It could be a lake too, maybe for some of you. Again, nature is coming through quite strongly. That could be significant. Maybe not, who knows? Four of Swords, yeah. So I feel like this is part of the nature message. And also with what I was saying with this Nine of Pentacles, it's like this is a time where you are finding peace and rest and reconnecting with yourself. Like, because not only the Nine of Pentacles, but this Queen of Wands really makes me feel, again, this like independent energy, self-care, self-love, really investing time, energy, and attention into yourself so that you have a peace of mind, peace of heart. This also talks about meditation and also focusing on what the facts are of the situation, similar to the Justice card. Your feelings are important. Don't get me wrong. Whoa, excuse me. I'm sorry. I just burped, which is actually another sign, if believe it or don't. But it's like being able to accept what is. You know what I'm saying? Accepting the truth, even if it may have been, challenging, hurtful, saddening, disappointing, something that you still maybe fully haven't been able to process or get over because of how painful it is. But at the same time, this is why you have the Four of Swords. It's like, with the Queen of Swords especially, it's like understanding the truth of the situation, but also being compassionate and finding maybe forgiveness for some of you. And it's not, forgiveness is not enabling or condoning. It's about being able to release what's not serving you, that is providing or that is causing this heavy weight on your mind and on your heart, and that may be getting in the way of you stepping into your power, creating a new life, and taking care of yourself in different ways, however that plays out to you. But I feel like that very much confirms what I've been saying about needing rest, relaxation, recuperation, healing, and also taking that time out to connect with spirit and find your peace of mind again, and not feeling like you have to always be on guard. And maybe there's something, none of these cards are moving, but for some reason in my mind, I'm getting this energy of like, maybe some of you are going to move on or move into a new place, or like I was saying, maybe that's where the water energy is coming through. I don't know if I'm hearing water baby in my mind. So I don't know if some of you are a water baby, like grew up near the water. Maybe you have been away from it for a while and want to go back. I'm a water baby. I grew up going to the water and I really miss it. I'm in Texas and there's like no water here. So I've been really called to getting back to like the coastal life and being near water, because it is very healing, refreshing. And again, being in nature is something that can bring a lot of peace and serenity and fulfillment. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come up for you, and then I will post some messages for what your spirit guides want to say. Again, I really hope this was making sense. Yes, the sun. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. And I don't know why I'm always associating that with this card. It's just like it just seems like the more I've done tarot. Every time the sun comes out, it's just like, because it's that energy. I guess that's the main reason why. It's just because it is that happiness and joy, and like after the storm, the light is finally shining down upon you. And then you have, not only you have these sunflowers in this card, but there's also sunflowers in the Queen of Wands card. So you see how you are gaining your joy and happiness, and it's like your spark back. It's like getting your spark back after a time of great challenge. And of course, oh my gosh, so I guess I split the deck because I was about to shuffle it again, and I just put it down, and look what came up. The Queen of Cups, which is literally what I accidentally said with the Queen of Wands. That's so interesting. Wow. It's weird how some stuff like that happens, but I always feel like there's a reason, and I love it when there's that confirmation, because it's like, why would that come out of my mouth when I was trying to say something else? But that's channeling. That's channeling right there. When I'm trying to say one thing, but spirit has something else that's wanting to say. And I didn't know this was on the bottom of the deck until I happened to look down, and there it was. Yeah, and and underneath that is the Five of Cups, which is this emotional healing, you nurturing your heart, nurturing your emotions. And oh my gosh, too, on the card, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a shell here, there's seahorses here, and literally I was talking about the ocean. And there's fish in the background too. I feel like some of you could have strong water placements, like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. For those of you that may connect with that, I'm a Gemini sun sign, Aquarius rising, Pisces moon sign. But yeah, I feel like some of you are definitely being called to nurture yourself, especially if you are still working through healing. But like I was saying, with this Leo season, I feel like this is either the beginning, or this is something you're being called to step into, is gaining your power, transmuting this pain into beauty, and being able to find the joy of life again, like doing something new, putting yourself out there, expressing yourself, or like getting out of the darkness of your room, getting out in the sun more, like playing in the sun, playing in the water, playing in the grass, like really connecting with nature in a more intimate way, and letting a lot of this heaviness that has been go. But again, maybe some of you have already done this, so maybe this is just confirmation with what has already taken place. But I'm just telling you, the sun is a huge positive omen that is coming through to say that. Also with the rainbow card too, it's similar what I was saying too, like with the storm. It's like when the storm is fading away and the sun is coming out, that's how rainbows typically are formed, because there's still like moisture in the air, and the sun is like reflecting off of that moisture, creating this atmospheric effect, creating the rainbow. And so again, I don't know if you guys have seen a rainbow recently. If you have, let this be major confirmation that there is a promise of better times ahead, especially with the sun card. And I will say lastly, these sunflowers, especially the 4 sunflowers on this sun card, makes me feel like the 4 of Wands, because the 4 of Wands in the tarot is fire energy as well. And it just makes me feel like 1111, which is a new beginning, which you could be seeing 1111 around. But I just feel like this new beginning is having to do with this happiness, joy, and fulfillment, and having better people in your life, or at least, if not having to do with other people, feeling whole and content in your own independence. So I hope that's making sense. let's go ahead and get some spirit guide messages for you. I hope all of this was helping you. Please let me know down below, even if it's just a like. It really does help me out a lot. But of course, I love to hear your feedback and see what connects for you and what your story may be and how this may apply to you. But just know that you're not alone. Your spirit guides, loved ones, angels, the universe is here for you. So lean into that. Don't shy away from really tapping into your spiritual connection with this Four of Swords, of like finding that comfort and knowing that you are being watched over. I hope that helps. But let's see what else. Okay, after I say that, you literally have take a moment. And then this butterfly here lets me know you have been going through some sort of metamorphosis. Metamorphosis or transformation, like some major ending, but for you to become something more than you have been before in some way. Let's see what else wants to come up, and then I'll read what's on the cards. What else for? Oh my gosh, yes. So you also have, okay, yeah, and then this one. Okay, this one too, just because it's on point with what I am saying. So you have not only take a moment, which I was saying, this is a time to spend time with yourself, to recalibrate, to renew yourself. You also have soul power, which again is talking about tapping into your soul, your spirituality, who you really are on the inside, and that you are not a victim to your circumstances. And again, I feel like this aligns with the Queen of Wands, of stepping into your strength, your power. And you also have let go, which is again talking about forgiveness of what I was saying earlier. Doesn't mean it's okay what happened, but at the same time, you're not holding on to it anymore, letting it cause all this pain and sadness and worry and disappointment and not trusting and what's available, or having faith for better times ahead for what's available to you, and knowing that you're not alone through all of this. All of this is happening for a reason. Maybe you're not able to fully see that right now, but I feel like in the future you will. And my face is itching again. So this is again this confirmation that you have a loved one, angel, spirit guide around you, supporting you, guiding you. Pay attention to those signs and synchronicities, because they are trying to guide you into. Look, all these cards literally take a moment, soul power, and you are not alone. All of these, you see how all of them, the people are looking within. They also are looking down. So again, there's that kind of sense of sadness or powerlessness or loss. I don't know if I already said loss, but there's just like, it's you also being able to look within. And again, like with what I was saying, not focusing so much on the circumstances of either where you are or where you've been, or having fear, doubt, worry, anxiety about the future. But this take a moment card says stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make, if you are about to make one. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. That's literally what the Four of Swords represents, as you relaxing and connecting with your heart and soul and finding that rest, so that you are in an energy of balance, so that you are able to make decisions that are coming from this clear discernment, so that you're not just taking action out of this pain, sadness, worry, fear, stress, disappointment, loss, whatever it is. So it's like, take that time, be easy on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself around this time. Know that you have the power to restabilize yourself, that you have the power to let this go, and that you're not alone in this as well. This card is saying, always remember you're a soul with a body, not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have an unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you need it. It's just about you tapping into it, and tapping into the support and aid and and like guidance of what spirit is trying to provide to you, because they're right next to you, they're inside of you. That's why Jesus said heaven is within you, and that's where our loved ones go when they cross over. They don't go off into the ethers of the universe. They're with us because that's who their souls are connected to, and we always will be connected to them for eternity. This card is saying we are here for you. We never left. Through all the sadness and loneliness, however, you cannot sense us near you or feel how much love we are sending you. You are very loved. We are your family, friends, guides. You never walk alone. We walk right beside you. So please know that and pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. Don't discount them, because if you get an inkling that it's like, oh, well, that was strange, that felt like that meant something, don't discount that. That's actually confirmation from your intuition, from your soul saying like, hey, this is a message for you. And I feel like the more that you are letting go and going through this healing, or as you have, again, maybe this has already happened for you, but as you have or are doing this work on yourself, the more clear these signs are going to get. This card says, once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and guidance of spirit, as we only have your best intentions at heart and will do everything in our power to protect you. So you are protected. You are being divinely guided and supported. Only you can turn your back on spirit, because you have free will. So you can either trust in spirit, have faith in spirit, listen to spirit, connect with spirit, or you can let your ego run your mind. You can let this fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, this sadness, disappointment, hurts from the past cause you to lose sight or even ignore what you are picking up on, or discounting it or doubting it. And so I'm just saying all of this beautifully connects together. I really hope all of this was making sense, but you have a lot of good things coming in for you. So, and if you have already gone through all of this and you're on the other side enjoying your life, then congrats to you. Slow clap, because that's amazing. And it just goes to show how proud not only spirit is of you, but how you should be of you too. Love yourself, take care of yourself. You are a worthy being to be, do, or have whatever it is that you are wanting. And you are more than capable of doing that through the soul power that you have within you. So I hope all of this helped. Definitely let me know down below. Thank you so much for choosing me to read your energy. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can do so through my Linktree, or if you want to write a review based on this reading, you can also do that in my Linktree. But until next time, have a blessed day.